Today, we're exposing the confusion every man feels but won't admit. But by the end of this episode, you'll understand why you've been feeling like you're playing a character in your own life. Why nothing you achieve feels like it's enough. And why the most confident men, well, they are often the most lost. This is about stopping the performance and starting the discovery. So, with that being said, let's get into it. You can ask 10 men what it means to be a man, and I promise you, you're gonna get 10 different answers, right? You're gonna get be tough, get money, don't cry, be sensitive. And you know what? We are drowning in definitions because your daddy told you one thing or some man told you one thing. Instagram is telling you something different, and your boys, well, y'all got y'all own different version. And somewhere in all of that noise, you're trying to figure out who you really are. And most of us, let's be honest, we just guessing. We're playing a role we think we're supposed to play. And we hope that nobody notice that we don't have it all figured out. I see it everywhere. Men performing, acting out what they think manhood looks like, working themselves to death because that's what men do. And then you're sleeping with all these women and you don't even like half of them. But we say that's what men do. And hiding their pain because that's what men do. But when we're alone, and when you're alone, and when they are alone, and when nobody is watching, it's empty. We feel empty. And it's almost like they're wearing a costume, a mask that don't fit. There's a principle here that changes everything once you see it. The less someone knows, the more confident they act. The more someone understands, the more humble they become. I want you to really think about it. Take a teenage boy who just got his permit. He think that he can drive every car and anything. But a man who's been driving for 20 years as much, he knows he really doesn't know much about certain things. And the same thing is with manhood. The dude who's never been faithful, he thinks he's a player. But the man who's built a real marriage, he knows what it costs to put in that work. It's almost just like a guy who won't face his demons. He thinks that he's strong. He thinks, he Mr. Macho. But the man who really does the work and the man who has done the work, he really knows that strength truly comes through surrender. So where are we? We're living in a generation full of overconfident boys. And they acting like they've mastered something that they never even understood. And why? Because a lot of men are looking for identity in the wrong places. Culture never created you. The US didn't create you. Black America didn't create you. White America didn't create you. China, they didn't create you, regardless of what your culture is. It didn't create you. Your circumstances, don't matter where you grew up, how you grew up, it don't design you. Your mistakes don't define you. And the book makes this clear. Your identity isn't something you create, it's something you receive. And you receive it from the one who made you. But that requires humility. Admitting you don't know. Admitting you've been guessing. Admitting that this costume don't fit. Most men would rather fake it, keep performing, keep pretending, because at least that feels like you're in control. But this is what it costs you. You can't grow into what you won't admit you don't know. And you can't receive what you think you already have. And you can't be filled when you pretend you're already full. It's question time. So I got 3 questions for you. I told you I might need to stop doing that. I don't want them to think that you worshiping the devil. Yeah. So let's be honest, right? Question number 1. This is what I got. How can I say this? So where are you the most confident about manhood? And where did that confidence come from? Where you feel that you're most confident when it comes to manhood? Did it come from the hood? Did it come from your boys? Did it come from just your experience, your upbringing? Did it come from, a mentor, a dad? Did it come from the word of God? Did it come from Jesus? Like, where did that confidence come from? Right? My next question. So what parts of being a man are you just pretending to understand? So what area of manhood are you pretending that you understand? That you really don't know, but you're really pretending that you understand, right? And the last question that I have is, if you had to admit what you don't know about manhood, what would be at the top of the list? Like, if you had to truly admit and you say, Pastor A, I really don't know this about manhood, what would that be at the top of the list? You can leave your answers now in the comments, or you can come back and comment. But these are the things that I want you to think about during the week. And I'm going to just be honest with you. This is not about shame. This is not about condemnation, okay? When you answer these questions, I don't want you to condemn yourself, okay? This is just about starting where you actually are, not where you pretend to be, okay? Good. Take a breath. Think about the last time you gave advice about being a man, or the last time you judged another man for how he was living. Now I want you to ask yourself, do I really know? Do I really know? Or, just like most people in the church, are you just repeating what you heard? Because a lot of times we just regurgitate what someone else said, not necessarily what we have experienced or what we've been through. We're just repeating something. So, what would it feel like to admit, I don't actually know what I'm doing? Let me say that one more time. I don't actually know what I'm doing. Breathe. Say it with me. I don't actually know what I'm doing. And you're doing this not as a failure, as freedom. Okay? You're not a failure. We're heading towards you being free. So let me tell you something that's beautiful about Jesus, right? He never shamed men for not knowing. Now, what he did do, he shamed men for pretending that they did. Look at the Pharisees and the Sadducees. All the religious leaders who claimed they had it figured out. Jesus called them blind guides. The blind leading the blind will lead them right into a hole. But when you read up on Jesus, the men who said, I don't know, please, Lord, help me, those became his disciples. See, how can I say this? God is not waiting for you to figure it out. That's not your job. What God is waiting for is for you to stop pretending that you have and rely on him. Because see, real manhood starts with, I don't know who I am, but I know the one who can tell me. I know who can point me. I know who can guide me into the man that he created me to be. We said we would expose the confusion. Now you know how you feel like you're playing a character in your life. And a lot of times because you are. I did it. I was playing a character. I had a few. So, yeah, we're going to get into that later. So, I will say this. When you're playing this character, that explains why nothing feels like it's enough. No matter how many women you get, it's not enough. No matter how much money you get, it's not enough. No matter what you do, it feels like it's not enough. And that's only because you're measuring it by the wrong standards. See, why confident men are often most lost is because they don't know what they don't know. See, the first step to real manhood is admitting you don't have it figured out. And it's okay to say, I don't know, right? Okay. So this week, I just want you to pay attention to where you've been performing your confidence. Yeah, I said that. Where you've been performing confidence that you really don't have. Where have you been performing? Pay attention to that. Notice where you've been acting like an expert in the area that you're actually struggling in. I was that way at one point in time. I was that way when it came to faith. I was pretending, but I was really struggling. I was that way with my finances and trusting God. I was pretending. I acted like an expert. And sometimes I still have that struggle. Sometimes I still be like, Lord, this happened. I think I got to figure it out. Calm down. Give it to me. So just think about it. And just pay attention. And this is what I don't want. There's no judgment. I don't want you judging yourself. And I don't want you judging other people. Definitely. And in the process of doing this, I'm going to say this one more time. This is not condemnation. Do not say something or think, oh my God, I'm so condemned. I'm such a bad person. No. This is just you being truthful with yourself. And this is about truth. This is not judging. This is not about you trying to judge yourself. This is about truth. Because you can't learn what you think you already know. So next week, we're going to go from damage to direction, right? How your past qualifies you and not disqualify you. I know. It sounds like a contradiction to what other people have said that, your past can disqualify you. But I'm here to tell you how your past can qualify you, right? I'm going to just stick it right there. So until then, I need you to stop pretending that you got it all figured out and start admitting you need to be shown, because that's where real manhood begins. And until then, I'll see you next week. We out.